from the ReliefFactor.com studios, here's Mike Gallagher.
Larry O'Connor reposted something on X. It was a quote from Victor Davis Hanson, who said the old politics of right versus left and Republicans opposed to Democrats have now given way to a new existential struggle. Americans must choose between civilization or its destroyers. It's a fascinating comment by a fascinating, brilliant man, Victor Davis Hanson. He's right, isn't he? I saw John Fetterman on NBC last night saying, I'm not a progressive. People on the left are furious with Senator John Fetterman from Pennsylvania because he is a staunch supporter of Israel. And I haven't paid enough attention to how this is changing the whole dynamic of right versus left. We haven't done enough of the acknowledgement that the war in Israel, the Hamas terrorist attack on October the 7th, has led to some strange bedfellows. And I'm always a believer in giving credit where credit is due. And I'm thankful for Democrats like Fetterman who are willing to support Israel. It's not very popular on the left to support Israel. I saw Ben Shapiro's quote also on X where a two-state solution is being repeated over and over again by the Biden administration. And Biden favors a two-state solution. I wish somebody in the Biden administration would explain to the American people how you have a two-state solution with one side that wants to destroy you. All that's going to do is set Israel up from future terror attacks. You can't, there's no way you can have how does that work? Yesterday, the Israeli ambassador was a guest. I don't know where this was. It doesn't say it on my cut sheet. It was on MSNBC, I guess. I want you to hear this exchange. This is the Israeli ambassador rejecting the two-state solution in a conversation heard yesterday on MSNBC.
Does that new one include the Palestinians living in a state of their own? Is that what it includes?
I think the biggest question is what type of Palestinians are on the other side. This is what Israel realized.
Do they have a state,
the answer is absolutely no, and I'll tell you why.
Well, then
because
how can
at
there
the
be
moment,
peace?
no, I'll answer to the reason there is no peace
Israel
is because the Palestinians.
How can, without offering a state to Palestine, how can there be peace in Israel?
Israel knows today, and the world should know now, the reason the Oslo Accords failed is because the Palestinians never wanted to have a state next to Israel. They want to have a state from the river to the sea.
So the two-state solution is dead.
Of course it's. How can there be a two-state solution? Explain that. Listen, smart people can tell me how that works. 800-655-MIKE. Trying to find the Ben Shapiro post that I saw earlier where he pointed out here it is. Ben put on Twitter, posted on X. I can't say Twitter. X is so clunky, but we got to stop saying X, formerly known as Twitter. And incidentally, I'm having a good week on Twitter or X. A lot of people are starting to follow me at Radio Talker Mike. That's my handle on X. And I reposted what Ben wrote. Here's what he said. Saying two-state solution over and over does not actually manifest a peace partner with which Israel can make a deal. Foreign policy isn't Beetlejuice. It's a good line. Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice. A Palestinian state would be a terrorist entity on Israel's borders. Again, a Palestinian state would be a terrorist entity on Israel's borders. We know that the Palestinians are committed to the obliteration of the Jews. There's no other way to say that. There's no gentle way to say it. There's no polite way to say it. There's no tactful way to say it. I saw a poll last night. Over 70% of Palestinians think October 7th was just and correct. Over 70%. Over 70% of Palestinians believe that October 7th was a good thing. How in the world do you coexist side by side with people like that? I'm sorry. I don't know how else to say it. I'm not pussyfooting around anymore. I'd like you to see if you can give me a solid answer. 1-800-655-MIKE. It's Friday, December the 15th. We've got 10 days to go till Christmas. We've got Hanukkah. The Hanukkah celebration ends tonight. We have got people like John Fetterman supporting Israel diligently, which is fantastic. A lot of support from the Democrats over this. I would love to understand from you, the smartest, most generous, most wonderful audience in America, how a two-state solution would work. Simple question, not a trick question. I mean, Israel already, as somebody just texted, Israel already has Iran to deal with. No way should Israel be expected to deal with two terrorist states. How does it work? 800-655-MIKE. Welcome aboard. We got great news to share with you on our Angel Tree campaign. The Prison Fellowship campaign is beautiful and a blessing beyond words. But I want to spend a little bit of time focusing on Ben Shapiro's observation that just saying two-state solution over and over and over again isn't going to bring peace. How do you coexist with an entity, the Palestinians, who are committed to the destruction of Israel? Give me your interpretation on how a two-state solution makes any sense whatsoever.